local recordings, live guests, music news and trivia, and general nonsense. Brought to you by Joysticks Rocky
Radio Keokuk.
Now, here's your host.
Ooh,
Big
Malia's on top of it, huh?
Right on.
Or Leah. Probably Malia. I think she does all of it. All right, it's that time once again for the local music roundup. And I've got, as usual, my co-host, Brian Joe, right here with me.
What up?
And,
Well,
and of course,
more to
Shane
say,
Everett
Don. Come on.
is no longer, he's not with us today.
Yeah.
He's working, got to go
But
to the real job.
He's still with us, just not
He's
with
with
us.
us. He's not with us
Right,
today, is what I meant to say there. And we have guests in the studio, so let's get right to it. Introduce everybody.
We have Rocksteady in the house.
Yeah.
Hey. And the guy hiding behind the monitor over here, as this is just
For those
visual.
watching on the Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah, for those of you
Or YouTube. Or
Tyler
whatever,
Walker.
Facebook, yeah.
That's Tyler Walker on the left
What's up?
if you're watching.
Yeah, visual. We got to fill in the visuals because Shane's not here.
Absolutely, yeah. Shane the visual guy. Jennifer Neelabach,
Hey, hey.
Dennis Albee, and Bobby Fitzgerald. All four members of Rocksteady, as opposed to what I had
I'm
posted.
sorry, that's my bad.
It's all good. It's all good. Everybody knows now that we have the whole band in here. And,
Yeah.
And they're playing tomorrow night. Is this Friday? Yeah, this is
Yes,
Friday.
Friday.
At Southside Boat Club.
It's
What,
contagious.
7?
7 to 11.
So
Early
be sure.
gig.
Rocksteady's a definitely band you want to see. I saw them a couple weeks ago at the Driftwood 13.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, guys, where am I going to start with this?
Where do we start?
How about, bands you've been in, maybe? Now, wait a minute. I want to read something. Let me start with this. I want to read something. I got to find my my file here. But I took a screenshot of Dennis's. That's not it. That is it. Dennis made a post yesterday on Facebook, and I want to read it as soon as I find it. If you don't mind, Dennis.
That's okay.
All right. This is about. No, this is
I
kind
wasn't
of
complaining.
this is a good lead-in to show how many bands Dennis Albee has been in and how busy he's been over the years. This is his Facebook post. 5 bands aren't always fun. Got together with Rocksteady the other night, picked up 3 or 4 new songs, and ran through some others that needed refreshing. Up at 6 today so I can get to a band appointment on time. And then off to Earl's house for rehearsal with the Mighty Blues Hounds. Later on this evening is practice at the church with Overcometh. Friday a.m. radio show with Rocksteady and Brian Job. Then off to Carthage for another rehearsal with Crossover. Saturday personal practice followed by a gig, yay, at Southside Boat Club in Rocksteady.
Really.
Sunday morning comes way too early, but I'll get to church on time and play with Overcometh. Then it's off to Ike's for an afternoon of fun with Crossover. Okay, later on that evening, I have to start working on songs for Big Huge, a band from the 70s that's back together. Did I mention that I need to start working on the solo act also? Next week it starts all over. I'm tired already.
Just typing it.
So wow.
Reading it makes you
I was
tired.
going to say.
Well, I mean, all of you have been in bands for a while. You all have previous bands that you've been in. Of course, we all know that Dennis had a little bit of a head start.
It's a secret.
As a wee lad.
But it all started with Brillo and the Firebirds. Is that correct?
Well, it was before that.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, right. Because we talked about this in the lobby. I mean, you were what, 6 years old? You and your sister were on TV actually, singing.
Yes, we were.
Well, what?
Do tell.
Do tell. Well, was this? I mean, you weren't doing originals by then already.
No.
Okay, so.
Don't ask me what we did. I have no idea.
But you were in the entertainment business like really earlier than most.
I was playing with my parents' band when I was 4.
4. That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's really early. I mean, I don't know
We
what
still
I was
haven't remembered
doing at 4
what
years
year
old.
he was born yet, so we still haven't figured out how old he is yet because he won't tell us.
So just to show you, I mean, this is not an all-inclusive list by any means, but we're looking at Brillo and the Firebirds, Big Huge was 1969. That was short-lived, but some heavy hitters in that band: Lee Noe, Craig Moore, Davy Johnson, and they're reuniting. They've already reunited. They've played a gig, but they're planning a little more high-profile thing coming up in July.
Hey, everything he does is high profile.
High profile.
Absolutely.
Well, Dennis is everywhere. I mean, he's either playing solo or with the Mighty Blues House.
I got to get all the playing in I can.
Absolutely. Well, it'd be
And
sitting on the couch.
2010 inductee into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of
Right
Fame
on.
Yeah.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
And thank you for saying so, Bobby, because I didn't put that in my notes, but that's certainly an accomplishment that
He's so
we
modest.
should mention. Absolutely. Brick came after Big Huge.
Correct.
Which was basically Big Huge without Craig. Does that sound
Terry
about
Scott.
right? Smoking Mojo Kings.
Much later, yeah.
Who was it? Bobby? Were you in Smoking Mojo Kings at one point?
No, I was not. That
Okay,
was,
Eric Bartholomew was in the band.
Correct.
And Jim French. Jim, we had on the show. John Winsey.
John Winsey.
So yeah.
And you guys won the Des Moines Blues Challenge, didn't
Ooh,
you?
that's night.
We were wonderful.
Yeah, they did. They won the Des Moines Blues
Yeah.
Challenge in, 8 years ago or something like that? I believe.
What's longer than that?
Pretty awesome.
Probably about 10 or 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I saw
That's awesome.
a video of you guys playing like the. I can't remember where you were somewhere in Des Moines. I can't remember. Maybe a couple different videos you guys playing. I think it was for a TV show or something.
Yeah, it was for PBS,
PBS.
and we opened for Roomful of Blues.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. That was a
horn
big band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like 8 members or something. Yeah.
Well, you didn't pick up on that, Danny.
I wasn't thinking about it. It's too early.
But as far as active bands right now, you have like half a dozen. Oh, I mean, if you add in your solo, playing by
That's
yourself.
6, and then we've got the acoustic solos, 7, and then we have Blueberry Waffles.
Blueberry Waffles that
Which
includes
is
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
So that's your
It's in
duo,
that
Blueberry Waffles. That's one I didn't have a note on. So yeah, I'm learning here.
Dennis's life is just a scheduling nightmare every day. It really is.
Man, I don't think I could handle it.
I don't know how he does.
It's all in a schedule.
Well, I mean, I don't know a whole lot of people with the work ethic that you have. I mean, Craig Moore does come to mind because he's constantly busy
he's
man.
busy.
I mean, he's recording. He's not as publicly, high profile as you are, but he is busy all the time.
Right.
I mean, he's recording right now, recording some tunes
Correct.
with some ex-band members from, he picks up something that he started years ago and does it. But between that and his record store or whatever, he's, you guys are kind of neck and neck as far as, busyness.
I think we have a challenge.
Yeah, and here you guys are playing in a band together now again after all these years. Big Huge, and I mentioned Lee Noe, Dave Johnson, the original members. Yeah,
Everybody.
Well, Dennis and I are wearing matching hats today, which is kind of cool. Big Huge. They played at the. we won't go any further than that, Jennifer.
That's my nickname.
Now you
I'm
got
sorry.
it in my head. Okay, thank you.
But okay,
Thanks, Bobby.
we'll run down this, and we want to find out about bands the rest of you have been in too. So Rocksteady is active. Mighty Blues Hounds is active. They've got a gig coming up
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Okay. Crossover. They're playing at Ike's this Sunday. Yeah. I mean, wow. Overcometh. That's your church
That's every Sunday.
band every Sunday. Big Huge. And of course, when you play solo, which is kind of the spice here and there every once in a while at Southside Boat Club, you play solo once in a while.
Yeah. I do the casinos up north.
When you wear these guys out, then you go do your solo thing.
Because he can run circles around all of us.
Well, Jennifer, okay, well, let's go to you next. I didn't know. Yeah, see, Dennis is off the hot seat now. But
Now I'm nervous. Let me see
you
if
were
I
in a couple
remember.
bands previously
Yeah.
with some guys that I didn't know this until last night. I did some research on.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Guys from Spasm.
The guys from Spasm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bombshell.
Bombshell with Mina Kay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't know much about her either, but I downloaded a solo song that she did. It was a blues tune. She's all over the map musically.
She is.
And a band called Foreplay was before
Foreplay.
that?
That was with Alan Kemp.
Okay.
It was Mark Westfall as the drummer for a while, and then we got Eric Bartholomew. And then we had Jim Lord as bass, and Alan did keys and guitar, and Jeff Pegler did lead guitar as well.
Oh, okay. And he's from the Bitter Pill?
He
Is
was
that
from
the
Bitter
band
Pill,
he's
yeah.
in? Bitter Pill. So I got to piece these things together.
Yep, absolutely.
There's such a tree around these bands.
There's only 11 musicians in the whole area, so we all have to play together in different bands.
That's what I was thinking. Man, there's people have been in a lot of bands around here.
Sure seems like it.
I did have one down in Hannibal for a little while as well called Innuendo.
Oh, okay.
We did.
I missed that one.
We did mainly all modern rock, and it was just me as vocalist in that group.
So Bombshell, you had Brian Siverly was in the band, and Scott Eggleston.
Yep.
That's my Spasm guys.
Yep.
I had them on the show here a couple weeks ago. Okay. All right. Well, Tyler, you were in 13 Stitches for a while.
Yeah, I've played in a lot of different groups over the years.
What, should we have told that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Heavy Glow.
Heavy Glow, that was another one.
TNT,
Yeah.
Pedestrian.
Pedestrian, that was another one. Yeah.
So, yeah, I did research on you too.
I see,
I
yeah.
dig it all up.
Did
No
Humming
dirt,
Sand ever come up in there?
Humming Sand. You were in Humming Sand.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Very.
All right. I play a Humming Sand on my show. Once
Really?
In a while. Let's see. Magnetic Personality
Okay.
was the name of the song.
Yeah.
If there's more, I'm interested because I really like that
Well,
song.
we did get a lot of stuff recorded. I'm not sure what all got mastered and got put on YouTube, but there's a really good song called Crucified. There's a really good song called Sparkling Water that you can look up, and they're two different songs, but we, musically, but we did a lot of different stuff in that band. Two really talented guitar players, Clay Houston and Rich Noon, were in that one.
Right.
And yeah, we had lots of fun.
No, it was Clay that did the vocals on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to check you out on YouTube. Check that band out.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were on YouTube, so good deal. I'm going to check that out. Maybe I can get something else to play on the show too.
That'd be cool.
I take as much in as I can. So if anybody's got anything you want to send to me, whether it's a demo track or whatever, I play this stuff. So, all right, Bobby. Did I miss anything, by the way, Tyler?
No.
Did I miss any bands?
I think that's about it for the most part. When I moved back into the area, I started meeting some of the local musicians up around Burlington area, and I started out in a band with a guy named Alan Kemp called Class X.
Okay.
And then after that, I was in another band with some of the same musicians called Wild Style. And
That's kind of how you live your life.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was right, very representative of,
He is the youngest in the band too, so.
The youngest.
yeah.
Somebody's got to.
Somebody's got to be.
Somebody has to do it.
I'm the next youngest.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. I
Good thing this is a radio show.
You have a face for radio, Dennis. That's what they tell me. That's what they tell Dawn.
Of course.
Yeah. Bobby, you're in LMNOP.
Yeah, in addition to jamming with these fine folks here in Rocksteady, and I might add, we're beginning our 7th year as Rocksteady come April. So that's it's quite an achievement in itself. But I'm starting my 20th year with LMNOP, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
So we're kind of an acoustic rock trio. I play acoustic guitar. We've got drummer turned keyboardist Randy Frickin' Fraker, who also adds vocals. And then, of course, everybody knows mighty fine Ned Francis.
Ned,
is doing banjo, guitar, harmonica, vocals. So we stay pretty busy with that band, too. I think I gig with that band about a dozen times a year on average. But
I
like
didn't
said,
realize you guys have been together that long.
20 years coming up, yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Prior to that, spent 20 years off and on with the band Mama's Boys out of Illinois.
That's right. Shane had told me about that.
Yeah. Randy Fall, excellent guitarist out of Ferris Wheel, Illinois. And Jeff Helling on drums. the Hellion.
Okay.
So, so yeah, off and on. But Randy Fall was the only member of that band who formed the band and was in every iteration of that band for 20 years. But hey, Randy, how you doing? Hope you're listening today. Prior to that, spent about 7 years down in Nolens, Louisiana, and kind of cut my teeth down there in the French Quarter, playing some gigs on Bourbon Street, which was pretty cool. You really paid your dues on Bourbon Street. It was a tough gig because, for one thing, parking was almost non-existent. So I had a stack of parking tickets about this thick. If they had ever caught up with me, they'd have put the boot on my tire. I know they would. But yeah, that was where you played like 8 sets, 50-minute set with a 10-minute break, and you got paid $10 a set. So a lot of work for not a lot of money. But as a 20-year-old, we had a damn good time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
You learn something new every day.
Now we all know.
Now we all know.
Inquiring minds want to know. So yeah, I have a Mama's Boys T-shirt at home.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. I know we placed over the years 10 orders, 100 shirts per order. So there are 1,000 Mama's Boys shirts floating around the tri-state area.
Cool.
Wow. Well, nobody's selling them at the yard sales, so that's probably a good sign. I remember seeing Mama's Boys, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I attended a bar at Mad Hatter's years ago,
Okay.
and Mama's Boys were, well, I don't know. I can't remember how often you played, but enough that I remember. I didn't remember you. I don't think I ever actually met any of the members because I was so busy in there all the time.
Yeah.
When you guys were in, you brought in a lot of customers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember liking the band, classic rock.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
A rowdy bunch.
Yeah, there'd be an occasional bar fight breakout.
Yeah. You know what? Just a quickie, but I remember there was a fight that broke out in front of me one night. And I also, before that, worked at a bar in Warsaw called Rookies. And the boss, whenever a fight would break out, which wasn't very often, he'd just go up over the bar to break it up, So I'm down at Mad Hatter's, and this fight breaks out right in front of me as I'm pouring a beer. So I set the beer down, and I jump up over the bar to break the fight up, and I put my head right through the ceiling. I said, well, I think that'll probably be the last time I try that one. But I think we need to let you guys play some music.
Do we know any songs?
Crickets.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Crickets. They brought guitars and stuff in. I think they were ready to rock, and I just wound them all down with talking too much. But
We are on Facebook as well, and I see somebody saying that we need to get Rocksteady t-shirts.
need to get.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Shirts.
Yeah.
I bet somebody's probably messaging me about you.
They want purple.
Purple. They
Janelle
want
wants purple.
So we do the traditional 2 count.
Yeah, sure.
You're listening to Rocksteady. They're queuing up. They're talking amongst themselves. It's a secret what the next song's gonna be.
Now we're gonna argue about which song we're gonna do. So just
Because Bobby was supposed to make up sets.
I did it right here. I wrote down.
Yeah.
I wrote down right here.
Well, you
So
guys
see?
never follow my
That's the
steps
first
anyway,
one?
so why
Well, you don't follow. My goodness.
They sounded good on warm up, folks, but you know how that
No,
goes.
no. What are we doing?
Black.
There's 2 blacks here in this list.
Let's do Black Velvet, okay?
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Let's just do the one that's at the top of the list.
Hey, are we done now? 1, 2.
Kill me, boys. Mississippi in the middle of a
me and Don are probably both sitting here thinking, we got the best seat in the house.
Right.
It's
That's what I always say.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's what she said.
As a
But,
drummer.
it's one of those things where we're sitting here in a studio, got the band right in front of us. There's probably a lot of jealous people out there, but
Right.
we got Don and I got our own concert going on. Dennis is making his rock star faces, and
I love watching him play. He's so much fun to watch.
I make faces.
I think shall we pay our bills, Don?
Yeah, let's
And
get
then
that out of the way.
Let's do that. We'll pay bills, and we'll be right back with Rock Steady.
Rock on.
Louise Family Diner commercial. Just read the first line.
Well, give it a shot.
Okay, action. Deweese
And she's
Familiar.
going to tell us when to go
Family
down.
Diner.
Family
Diner.
She does.
Well,
I do. I
what
tell
she
a
says.
down. Down now.
Somebody's gotta be in charge.
Open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
It's nice to be told these things. Takes all the guesswork out of it.
To the right, to the left,
He tells you
front,
pull it
to the back. Sorry.
Elston Auto Repair, located at 8.
We're still live, by the way, over here, too.
Not your average garage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Facilities and save
Well, you don't often get to hear what goes on behind the scenes during
Right,
commercial
exactly.
breaks.
Well, I figure as long as we're not,
Yeah, this is when we scratch our butt and
Stereo.
Did you hear the rumor about the? Yeah.
Call today at 524-0600. Save money and time. Elston Auto Repair, they do it all.
I had to do my last two.
Was it my dad that gave you lessons?
Yes, your dad did give me
I didn't know if it was him
I
or
was
my
going to
mother.
mention that, and then I forgot.
And
then I gave the lessons to Randy Falls, so that kind of contributes to that 11 people in the area. Everybody's
connection of all
been
these
to get together in the area.
Oh yeah.
We don't have much of a gene pool to pick from.
Call task force 524-87.
Hence,
Doesn't
hence
sound
why
right,
I'm not
does it?
even dating in this area either, because there's not a whole lot of,
Task
you know.
force will match your skills and aspirations
Just saying.
to a job that's right for you.
I get you. I get you.
Bringing you the most action in
Me
Southeast
neither.
Iowa.
Yeah.
25 cents every
We're the
Wednesday
single
through
ones in the
Saturday
band.
night after 7. Joysticks Rock Here. Find your place in the weekend tournament.
It's all right.
champions and claim your
We don't
Right
have to
up.
worry. I don't have to worry about telling anybody where I'm going, or is it okay for me to go
In
somewhere,
the mood for music? We've
That's
got
not
live with
Yeah, I know what you mean.
or when to go down.
I'm going down. Hey,
back.
we're back. We're back with Big Don's local music roundup. We have Rock Steady in the house. We got Tyler Walker in here.
What's up?
We have Jennifer Neelabach, Dennis Albee, and Bobby Fitzgerald.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Rock steady, rock on.
Glad to be with you. Glad you had us over today. We really appreciate that.
I'm glad you all made it.
Hey,
in.
one thing I'd like to mention is you've got a Facebook page. It's Southeast Iowa,
Southeast Iowa local music history and current events.
but you list every band in the area.
Yeah.
If you listeners haven't seen that Facebook page, you need to go there if you're looking for anything to do any given week and night. Brian lists every band in the tri-state area, from as far as down as Quincy all the way up to nearly the Quad Cities and everywhere in between. So
That's awesome.
and not only rock music, just any bands that are in the area. So you guys check it out. And he updates it weekly. That's got to be a chore right there for you, just to update that thing.
It is. I spent yesterday. I mean, I was busy all day, and it took me a little while to catch up on all that. Sometimes I wait till like the last minute because, I mean, I
So
get
much.
swamped during the week sometimes.
But that's a great service. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you saying so. Yeah, yeah. You know, I skipped doing the listings today because I knew we had a lot to talk about. But I'll mention them on the air tonight. And like Bobby said, there is the Facebook page to go to, so we will check that out. And Shane Etter, I don't know if he's listening, but he had a question for Dennis
Uh-oh.
about his guitars. He has a name for each of his guitars. The name of one of his exes, probably?
No,
Is this
they're all
true?
named after different exes.
They're all named after different exes.
And so, how many guitars do you own?
No, it's just exes by marriage, or just are they all exes by marriage, or ex-girlfriends?
Yeah, they could be that.
Yeah, it could be that too.
He's a little vague on that. He doesn't tell everybody exactly, where they're married or not, but they are exes of one form or another. So, and they're all named after ladies, so that's good.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you'd probably have a whole room full of guitars if you named them after your children.
Didn't go. Yeah, I would.
Well, I mean, All right. Well, we've had enough fun with Dennis over that.
Well,
one.
he was playing with Fran this morning, though.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he does have Fran. Okay. Absolutely.
He almost knocked you out. He almost knocked me out earlier, too.
Fran
I'm like,
just
whoa.
about took out Bobby's eye.
Only likes Dennis, okay? You can't play with Fran.
Apparently not.
All right, so we covered the X's, Shane. Now your question is, we didn't mention the names of the guitars, but we won't do that.
That'd be a whole show in itself.
Yes, it would.
But I wanted to ask you about some solo tunes I have of yours, and it wasn't Smoking Mojo Kings, and I was wondering who's on those recordings of Yeah, I Left You. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
Blues the Blues.
That's just some of the solo stuff.
Okay. I didn't know. Do you remember who did those?
Me.
You did all the instruments
I did
and
all the
everything?
instruments,
Well,
yeah.
hot dog. That's even better. Yeah.
Multi-talented.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I play those songs every once in a while, so I wanted to tell people, who all is doing this.
Well, my solo act is I record all the background stuff first, and then I show up and I'm standing there in front of people and I'm playing with myself.
Does that happen a lot? Well, anyway.
You think you know a guy.
You think you know a guy. Yeah.
He's smiling all the time.
Oh, man.
But let me add to any listeners who've never heard Dennis's solo gig.
It's impressive.
It is impressive, and again, like I said, he did all of the parts, recorded them, and then plays along with it. But amazing show, high energy for one man show, and yeah.
A lot of leaps, a lot of 4-foot leaps.
Exactly. Yeah, off the stage, top rope,
Drummerizer, and
yeah.
He
It's
got
a sight to behold.
smoke comes out of his guitar once in a while.
Occasionally, I've seen sparks. Sparks. But like I said, if you haven't seen him, go check him out. Dennis, one man show. What
You have a good radio voice.
Yeah, you
does.
do.
Yeah,
Maybe you should be doing this.
do you have a name for your solo act? Is it guitar grinder or?
Oh, that's from a long time ago.
Okay, so it's just Dennis out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not
The one-man band.
Not an organ grinder or a guitar grinder anymore. I lost the monkey.
Lost the monkey. And he plays with us. I don't know.
Hence,
Take a sexual turn with you. I don't.
hence why the website name is 69rocksteady.com.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, All
I
right.
had to add that part too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
All right. That just left me speechless, I guess.
Yeah, how do you follow that?
How do you follow that? Hey, how about some music?
Hey.
Okay.
Are you guys queued up for another one?
Sure.
I don't want to run you out of time, so we definitely want to get your music in here. But for those of you that just tuned in, you must have just woke up. But
Yeah, this is normally when I wake up right now.
this
so
is when you normally
this is
wake
early
up.
for me, yeah.
I'm up at 9 a.m. at least. But all right, so we got Rocksteady in the house, and we got some music here. Somebody want to introduce us? No?
We're just gonna start playing.
Figure it out.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things and what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture down. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I've missed your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Yeah, Valerie. Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a tan. Hope you found the right man who'll fix it for you.
continue. Yeah. We know that Dennis likes his job. We can tell.
Mm-hmm.
He's I think he's practiced these faces more than we know.
Yeah,
Probably looks in the mirror when he's doing, oh.
You have a big mirror at home, Dennis? Or?
no, I do not.
All right, so I got a question for you. We're down to less than 15 minutes probably, so we want to make sure we get some more music in here. But I want to ask you, if Drillo and the Firebirds were together today, would they be rock steady?
No, I think where we would have evolved was more in the album venue.
More original music, you mean? Or?
Well, that and album cuts instead of.
Instead of the more popular.
Yeah.
I get you. I
would say we
okay.
probably would have headed that direction, thinking that we were going to be big
Right.
stars.
Now, I don't think we've mentioned that your sister was in Drillo and the Firebirds with you. Dinah?
Dinah?
Okay, I got the pronunciation. If you guys haven't ever heard me, I tend to screw things up, and I
No, this is inside joke.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, you're fine, Brian.
you're totally fine.
But you went on to something else afterwards. She went on to something else afterwards for a while. She went into a band called Inner Sanctum with Carl Thomas.
She may have.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum, and
Right.
she went her way. But she married a guy that was in radio. He was a disc jockey.
Okay.
And then they traveled. They moved from town to town, and now he's station manager of or owner, one of the two, of a big Cleveland radio station.
Oh.
Not WKRP though.
Not WKRP. No, well
Was
then
that Cleveland?
They were in
That's
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Or
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Fever's my hero.
The doctor.
But, if you were to have a visual of me on my night show, it'd be Johnny Fever. I'm the one that's got his shades on and rocking out. Nobody can see me, but it's all
Yeah,
it's all fun. I have fun with it.
that's good.
I'm a greenhorn, but I'm working on it. All right, so we still got a little bit of time. I should mention again that Rocksteady is playing at Southside Boat Club Saturday night.
Tomorrow.
And did we say a time on that?
7 to 11.
7 to 11. So be there. This is
Or
a band
be
you want to
square.
check out. Yeah, if you haven't seen Rocksteady by now, I do not know why. You must really watch a lot of TV. But I'm going to mention, I have a short list of bands that Dennis is involved in, and this gives you some clue. And this probably isn't an all-inclusive list either, because I bet that there's something I've missed somewhere along the line.
Blueberry waffles.
Blueberry
Yeah,
waffles.
don't forget the blueberry waffles.
We're looking
Be
for
sure to
somebody to
tag me
hire
in
us.
blueberry waffles, will you?
Okay.
We're looking for a gig.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Well, we might get you one here. I'll bring you guys in on my night show, and you can play blueberry waffles.
We
all
could do
night.
that. That'd be fun. Some blueberry waffles for
Well,
everybody.
let's keep that in mind.
Okay.
Seriously, I need guests. All right. So here's the list I have. Now I've mentioned Rocksteady at Southside Boat Club tomorrow night. Okay. On the 3rd, Sunday, Crossover is playing at Ike's in Dallas City, 4 to 7.
And that's with Chris and LaDonna Nolan are in the band.
Right.
He's playing fiddle.
Yeah.
Jim DiTullio, the original Mama's Boys drummer from way back when, is playing drums. with-
Okay.
Still just 11 people.
Yeah.
And you're the bass player.
Yes, I am.
Hot dog. Have you done the bass thing before?
Well, on all my solo act.
Well, okay.
Hey,
yeah.
real quick, name all the instruments you play.
No, I can't.
Well, you play several.
He plays.
And very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think no matter what, when you're playing with, say, the Mighty Blues Hounds, you play the song Set Yo Yap a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
you've
that's
got to
song
get
I
a lot
wrote
of
for
calls
an
for that.
ex-wife too. Everything evolves around ex-wives. I
You
don't
must
know
get a
why.
lot of calls for that. You got to. I love that. I love humor in songs, and that one, makes me grin when I hear it because it's just,
Tyler makes me play it.
That's it. So Mighty Blues Hounds, speaking of, are playing the 9th of March at Vinny's
Correct.
in Fort Madison.
And Tyler is also the drummer for the Mighty Blues
Yes,
Hounds.
he is.
Oh,
In case
okay.
anybody didn't know
Okay,
that.
In
yeah.
case you didn't know that.
See,
it's
again,
been
the
so long
same
since
11
I've seen
people.
you guys. But
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So yeah, Tyler's, and I didn't mention Mighty Blues Hounds. My omission there. I'll put them back. I'll put that on your list.
Because
Yeah.
you were classically trained as a drummer, I believe, or
Oh,
went to
yeah.
school.
Yeah.
What was the university you went to up north?
I went to school at Bemidji, Minnesota State University, up in northern Minnesota. They had a good music program up there, and did a lot of symphony and orchestra, jazz band, show band, concert band, you name it.
Right
Did a
on.
lot of traveling and a lot of good exposure through them. So
Well, that, I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen Mighty Blues Hounds, but yeah, of course I remember you playing. I just, I didn't.
Didn't
for some
put two
reason-
together.
Yeah, there's so many bands to keep track of. There's a lot of talent in the area.
and
you
Pistol
know.
Pete Hannon is the keyboardist in the Mighty Blues Hounds, and he also plays sax.
Pistol Pete.
And he will play sax in one hand while he's playing keys with the other hand. It's just an amazing thing to see. The guy is quite a talent,
And if you can see under the keyboard, you could see what he was doing with his feet at the same time.
oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Was he playing some bass riffs or something?
It's amazing.
Really?
It's, I think there's something underlying there.
I think so. I think so.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you want to see Mighty Blues Hounds, Benny's Fort Madison on the 9th. Then moving on to April, Rocksteady will be playing the Yacht Club, Keokuk Yacht Club, 8 to 12. You guys tell me if I'm saying anything wrong here.
I don't.
May 26th, Rocksteady is playing at Two Doors Down in Blandonsville, 9 to 1. June 1st, Rocksteady's playing Driftwood 13 in Keokuk, 7 to 11.
That's a benefit too, I believe.
I believe so.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
we've got a benefit going on, so definitely want to catch that one on the 1st of June at Driftwood, Rocksteady. And Big Huge, the reunion. Guys, until November, hadn't played together since 1969. And Craig Moore's in the band, Lee Noe, and Dave Johnson. Yeah.
I'm sorry. See, I'm bad. I'm sorry.
Big, huge, yes. And Dennis and I are both wearing our big, huge hats today to go with our big, huge heads. All right, so Big Huge will be getting back together and playing Grand Park Pavilion on the 20th of July. And I'm going to guess that there's probably some other dates sprinkled in between. Dennis is playing solo. Blueberry Waffles might be playing.
Might be.
Is that-
Crossover plays several times.
crossover. So, but that's just that's some dates to keep in mind if you want to catch Dennis Albee or any of these guys, Rocksteady in action. We have some time. We better let them play
Get one
another
more song in, yeah.
Want to fire up another one, guys?
yeah, sure.
We can do one more.
Yeah, absolutely. We got time, plenty of time.
I'm going to use my pineapple.
There you go. The pineapple will be involved. Jennifer's got the
Together,
pineapple.
you want to start it?
Oh.
And I came across a place in the middle of nowhere, the big black
I had to get on Facebook with that one. I know Jennifer. Holy cow, it's playing. All right.
Did you get the pineapple?
I did get the pineapple. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I told people ahead of time I was going to be doing live video, and they probably waited all that time for me to finally get up and do one. But there was a lot of viewers on there, so I have a feeling we've attracted some people to listen to the show. And I'll remind everybody that Jennifer will also have a live video on her page. She's videoing right now. So
Streaming now.
maybe we can link that to the group as well.
Right.
And we're down to what? About 2 minutes,
A
Don?
little over 2 minutes.
All right. I want to make sure everybody knows they are listening. They're, Tyler Walker.
Hello.
Jennifer Neelabach.
Hey.
Bobby Fitzgerald and Dennis Albee. They're schmoozing for the live Facebook feed right now. If you want to see the band,
Tyler,
this is
pick my nose.
yeah. Well, Jennifer, keep your finger out. But Rocksteady, collectively known as Rocksteady, playing Southside Boat Club Saturday night, 7 to 11. You really don't want to miss them. They're a lot of fun. You never know when Jennifer might stick the microphone in your face.
No, I would never do
She
that.
never does that.
It could happen. And you must come in to view Dennis's rock star faces.
Yes. Yes.
And
And the smiles on, Tyler is always smiling. Whenever I turn around.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Oh, that's right. He's got the best seat in the house.
And the
I'm
reason
told.
he's back in the back. But I'll say that at any given point you might hear any one of these four sing, and they're all very good singers. So definitely a band that changes it up a lot, plays whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it in this band. So definitely be sure to check them out.
And
And
thanks for having
we
us.
are playing a lot of new material this weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
For
I'm gonna
people that
see
have seen the
stuff.
show a bunch of times, we're bringing some new stuff this time. So
Sounds good.
yeah,
Sounds
a little
good.
country, some groovy stuff,
Country. Oh
some
my
more
gosh.
hard rock.
Just a little bit, not a whole lot of country.
Yeah,
You
just
don't
a
rock the
little taste.
jukebox too much.
No.
But it's nice to have a variety
It
because
does.
people do like that. And of course, Dennis knows what he's doing.
He kind of does.
He's been doing it long enough to know what the people want.
Absolutely. That's why Rocksteady.
Why I make faces like that.
The four of us
Lots of faces.
may have been here together as a collective for 7 years, but Rocksteady's been around longer than 7 years.
Right.
So
Wow.
yeah, he's the original.
Yeah, we started with Randy Fall, who was
Yes. Mama's Boys founder, yeah.
Well, I hope to have you all on again soon on the show. You can always come in on the night show, but we got to go. Thanks to Rocksteady for being on Big Don's Local Music Roundup today.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you guys, really
Thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
CEZ cartridge key.
Right on. Right